Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Today, we're gonna be talking about sibling alienation. Thank you for coming by. I'm going to be talking about a few points, what it is, and give some examples of, how it happens and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Sibling alienation to me is the same thing as parental alienation, pretty much. A toxic parent or narcissistic parent can cause sibling alienation, and they only do it for the sole reasons of power and control. It's sad, but it does happen. And the results of sibling alienation is separation and siblings disliking each other. If the siblings are young enough, they can dislike each other and continue to do so throughout their adult life and not even really know why, when they were programmed by the toxic parent, the narcissistic parent, to dislike the other sibling. Now, I'm going to give the siblings some names just to make it easier to... Okay, so this can also happen. Let's say there's Sharon and Lily, right? Say Sharon was the younger sibling by a couple of years, few years, and Lily was the older sibling. Now, as Lily is getting older, Lily may be deprogramming out of the system that she grew up in. Lily may be a truth teller. Narcissistic parents don't like the truth tellers. They don't like a child starting to see things for what they really are. They want the child and their adult children to stay in the dark. Okay, so because of this manipulation and control, the truth teller a lot of times are on the outside of the family unit. They're boxed out, while, let's say, the other child, which it would be Sharon in this case, Sharon would be able to still connect with the mother, the narcissistic mother or toxic mother, and they're connecting. The unit is dysfunctional, but it's still a unit. Now, Lily has to go and continue to hopefully deprogram and heal from the things that she dealt with and endured, okay? So, in a lot of this, a lot of this is emotional abuse, because the parent is manipulating and controlling one child to dislike the other child for reasons that are not valid, it's not true. So they're implementing layers of programming throughout the years. And one thing too I want to say is that this is not done overtly. This is something demonic when a parent hates their own daughter or their own child. That's something demonic. So if you know about Satan and how he presents, it's not going to be ugly. It's not going to be over the top. It's going to be subtle. Most times it's going to be subtle. And a parent can subtly influence a child over the years to when they grow up to be an adult. And like I was saying earlier, they can hate one sibling and not even really know why, or they can hate one sibling, but the hate or the dislike that they have towards that sibling is built on lies. Just like with parental just like with parental alienation. I pulled up a chart for, it says the warning signs of parental alienation syndrome, but I want to read a few of these just to show that it's the exact thing for sibling alienation. One of them says encouraging the child to dislike or reject the parent without providing valid reasons. Same thing with sibling alienation. One example, it sounds a little bizarre, but it could happen. Something like this could happen. Let's say Lily, the older child, leaves to, let's say, go to college. And since their separation, And maybe Lily went to a college out of state instead of in-state, and maybe the mother wanted Lily to go to college in-state to continue to help her raising Sharon, right? So Lily goes out of state to college, and then the mother tells Sharon that Lily left him. And even though Lily is aiming to live her life and to make good with her life, the mother tells Sharon Lily left him. And now Sharon is starting to think negative about her sister. Sharon is starting to think the sister doesn't care, like, how could you left. Even though this doesn't make any sense, something like this could happen and does happen. It may not be the college situation, it could be something else. It could be the military, it could be the older child got married or something like that and they're starting their own family. It could be anything. So and that can build separation, resentment, dislike, or hate towards the other sibling, towards Lily, right? Another warning sign is restricting the child's access to the other parent or creating barriers to communication. Once a parent has filled one sibling's mind with lies, or they've manipulated them to the point, that barrier to communication really has already been created, because Sharon ain't gonna want to talk to Lily. Okay, so when Lily calls Sharon to see how she's doing, if Sharon's young enough, the mother could have blocked Lily's phone number without the child knowing it. Or if Sharon is an adult now, she just doesn't want to talk to Lily anymore. She's not going to explain why. She has maintained and she strengthened the dysfunctional unit with her mother, the toxic, narcissistic mother. And that's that. Lily could be trying to send messages on social media, and Sharon may or may not answer, probably won't answer, because they've already gotten their programming from the toxic mother. Okay, and then one of the last ones I want to say was, it's kind of the same, interfering with visitation or communication arrangements between the child and the other parent. One thing I've noticed with this sibling alienation is that even after the mother's children get grown, it seems like their decisions are still filtered through her. If they're a child, it's understood, but a lot of times, even into adulthood or after they're an adult, their decisions get filtered through her. And if they have questions about visiting, let's say Lily, let's say Sharon, let's say Lily finally got in touch with Sharon, and Sharon was thinking about, okay, yeah, I'll visit, I'll let Lily visit, but then she runs it across her mother, and her mother may say something like, I don't know, the mother just might say something negative, or why you want to talk to Lily, or this and that, and Sharon changes her mind. So this is some diabolical mess, okay? Some diabolical crap, but it goes down, okay? So there is a YouTube channel called Grown Woman TV, what seems like a good video, about a week ago, where the title is something like, why do so many Black mothers hate their daughters? And I'm glad more and more people are speaking up about this, because we as daughters need to heal from this type of issue or situation that we've gone through. We have to heal and move forward with our lives the best way we know how. And one of the primary ways is God, because He can fill the hole in our heart that we may have from a mother that doesn't like us. The Psalm 27:10, that's one of the Psalms that I state a lot. Paraphrasing, when your mother and father forsake you, God will take you up. God is the Almighty. He made us. He can fill any holes in our hearts that we may have from disappointment of how our parents, how we think our parents should have treated us. But I'm glad more daughters are talking about this, because The daughters need to heal and move forward. And yeah. Now, that's the last thing I want to say. And with this sibling alienation, with this hate that's shown to more than likely what is a scapegoat child, which is more than likely the truth teller, which is more than likely the person that's gonna get deprogrammed from the programming of the mother. It's not about the daughter. It's about the mother and how she feels about herself. But the mother projects. And with narcissistic, toxic mothers, it's even more than projection. It's about controlling. It's about having power and control over a person or people. So that's what it is. And I just want to thank y'all for listening today. Thanks for coming by. Blessings. Talk soon.